Could Qtum potentially overtake Ethereum? Is it a smart investment? What exactly is Qtum? These are questions that if you're watching this video, I hope you have, because I'm going to answer them today. Thank you guys for watching, and let's jump right into it. What's up, Steemit? What's up, DTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eduardo Lima. So disclosure before I start, I want to let you guys know I am not an investment expert. Please do not take this to be investment advice. On this channel, I focus on energy, decentralized platforms, blockchain technology, and just vlogging and business and politics in general. Qtum is something I've been really excited to talk about for a while now. Primarily because I strongly believe in it, but the reason that I believe in it is because I've done a lot of research, guys. And I encourage everyone to do their own research. Don't invest in something you don't know about. I hope this video is just another thing to hopefully maybe increase awareness about Qtum, but that you can add to your research and getting to understand Qtum, why I think it's a great hodl, why I think it's a great company. And yeah, let's just jump right into it, guys. So this is the first time I'm actually sort of evangelizing for one of the the cryptos that I hold, one of the assets that I hold. And to be able to make this easier, because I don't want to miss anything, I went ahead and took notes. So I'm sorry if you see me looking at the notes for reference, but I'm going to try to talk off the top of my head as much as possible because, yeah, I just think, sorry. My sister's calling me. I have to call her back. But it seems like it's popular in this space to go online, sign up for Binance or Poloniex or whatever exchange and pick coins just sort of based off of videos or what might be cheap. But you really have to, think about these things as companies. Think about these crypto assets as companies, because if you take this same approach to traditional investing, and for those of you who are interested in investing, the book I'd recommend is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I'll hopefully have a video on that book in the future, but that's a great place to start to learn about investing. The most important thing is don't invest in what you don't know. So guys, I want to let you know I'm not an expert. I'm not a computer scientist. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a technologist. To give myself some credibility, guys, my background's actually in philosophy, which means that I am a good researcher. I'm a pretty good synthesizer of information. Primarily do my research by going to the white papers, and getting into those, which Qtum's white paper is pretty technical. For anyone who's looking to invest in Qtum, I would suggest at least reading the first 3 pages. And I think in doing so, you'll learn a lot about the purpose of Qtum, what they're trying to accomplish. And I'll just jump right into some of what I've learned. The purpose of Qtum is to develop a smart contract solution to satisfy critical customer requirements for enabling cross-organizational information logistics to reduce cost and time. So that's basically the thesis of what they're trying to accomplish. And I know this sounds extraordinarily confusing. Hopefully I'll be able to synthesize this and break down exactly what this means a little bit more. But how do they plan to do this? What they plan to do is they plan to take the core code of Bitcoin Core, BTC. They want to change proof of work to proof of stake. And then they want to place the Ethereum virtual machine on top of it. So basically they're trying to take the best of both worlds and create a platform that uses the best of both. Why is this necessary? Why would they want to do this? Why take a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of Bitcoin, put them together? What's the purpose? To answer that question, you're going to want to look on page 2 of their white paper, and I'm just going to read straight from the white paper because they'll be able to say it more clearly than I can. And this is what it says. Ethereum is the de facto leading smart contract system despite being plagued by several deficiencies. First, proof of work transaction validations diminish scalability to the point where Ethereum is considered to not be feasible for most industry applications. Second, in a recent crowdfunding case study, the Ethereum affiliated Solidity smart contract was hacked. Because of security flaws resulting from a lack in the state-of-the-art with respect to tools for normal verifications, the security flaw resulted in a loss of 50 million. Consequently, Ethereum performed a hard fork, resulting in a schism yielding 2 separate Ethereum versions. Yet another Ethereum hard fork was caused by a denial of service attack, and more hard forks must be expected for realizing proof of stake transaction validation and blockchain sharing. Essentially what they're saying is that you can't scale the platform Ethereum, which I know Vitalik has made videos discussing his plans to overcome this problem. And then the other thing is that they are saying, there's already been a bunch of hard forks in Ethereum with more to come, which creates, sort of questions about not only who's right, who's wrong, what's the correct Ethereum platform, but also, just creates complications, which Qtum claims to have, been able to resolve. But reading a little bit more, because there's a couple things I also want to take from here. More reasons limit widespread Ethereum industry adoption. For example, an inability to automate cross-organizational information logistics, lacking privacy protecting differentiations between external versus related internal private contracts, secure and stable virtual machines for blockchains with better performing proof of stake. So that's the reason why Qtum is doing what they're doing, some of the problems that they see with Ethereum that they're trying to solve in this space. So one thing I want to talk about is why is this going to be difficult to achieve, or sort of what are the benefits of them solving this problem. My understanding is that Ethereum uses what's known as an account model, and Bitcoin Core uses what's known as a UTXO, so unspent transaction model. And the difference between these two, I encourage you guys to learn on your own, try to understand it. It's, in my opinion, pretty technical computer science stuff that I'm not comfortable talking about. But what I do understand is that what Qtum hopes to accomplish is sort of being a layer in between, the UTX model and the account model that allows for inter-network compatibility and also faster transactions, which is why they're saying that they're going to be more scalable. If you think about it, Ethereum was built a long time, 5 years ago, I think, and since then, obviously, there's been a lot of people working on decentralized platforms, which just think back to whenever the internet first started becoming popular. We had dial-up, and think about how extraordinarily slow transaction speed or information transactions were. I think it's easy to see the comparison between how much quicker the internet has become since it began. And so Qtum's solution to this problem is basically creating what's known as an account abstraction layer. So sort of think about it like a sandwich in between Bitcoin and the Ethereum virtual machine. One thing that Qtum talks about a lot in their white paper is how their platform is more scalable for decentralized applications on a mobile device. Their claim is that Ethereum's network is not as adaptable for mobile devices. If you're someone who truly believes in blockchain, the power of decentralization, and that this is going to be the future, the internet of value exchange, then I think it's very easy to understand how, having that ability on a mobile device, I think it's easy to see the value of being able to scale on a mobile platform versus what Qtum claims that Ethereum's network as it stands right now does not allow for that sort of use case. And so whenever I invest, another thing that I think is extremely important is one, I try to follow winners. I look at the team, look at who's leading the company, and then I also try to follow the smart money, right? So people who have historically won in whatever industry you're looking at. Imagine if you had been able to copy all of Warren Buffett's investments over his past, his career. I think you can see that, following people who have a demonstrated history of winning is always a smart move. And so when it comes to Qtum, I get really excited looking at the team. I just want to talk about some of those people right now. Patrick Dye, and I apologize if any of these names are pronounced incorrectly, but basically he used to work at Alibaba, which for me is important in terms of thinking of long-term strategy, because when you look at these companies, something that goes untalked about is how important marketing, their ability to sort of integrate into the existing frameworks of society, how important that is in sort of determining the success of some of these companies. I think the fact that Patrick Dye, one of the users, used to work at Alibaba, it's no secret that Jeff Bezos and Amazon are finding ways to partner with Ethereum, and I'm saying that based off the fact that they bought a domain name that has the word Ethereum included in it. So a lot of these big companies, people who, Jack Ma is clearly a brilliant investor, business builder. So having someone who's on the founding team of Qtum, have been able to have worked at that company in the past, I think, speaks towards a strategic sort of play for Qtum. Stefan Zhu, he's another member of the team at Qtum right now. He worked at Tencent. He also worked for Microsoft for a little bit. Caspal Ouyang worked at Baidu, which is essentially the Google of China. And so just some of the people on their team, again, getting to the marketing, getting to being able to integrate into existing frameworks. These people know how these companies work, how they operate, and sort of how to build their platform and their network so that it's able to be adopted by some of these big industry players already. Two people who are actually some of the early investors in Qtum that got me excited when I saw their names were Roger Ver, who many of you guys sort of know him for his relation to Bitcoin.com. He might be a little sketch, I don't know, there's a lot of debate surrounding him, but one thing I do know is that he's a smart investor, right? He's a guy who sees it before the rest of the world sees it, and so he's one of the investors. I was excited to see his name, but one that got me really excited was Jeremy Gardner, who, for those of you who are deep in the community, you've probably heard of Crypto You know that Jeremy is one of the founders of Augur, another great company that maybe I'll be able to, or probably will, make a video about in the future. But I basically just love this dude. He's got a really big heart of gold, guy from Massachusetts, comes from a political background like myself and sort of got disillusioned by the whole thing, and now he's an entrepreneur with a big heart and a guy who likes to have fun. So he's got, my stamp of approval. Jeremy, I hope you're watching this, or I hope you watch this one day. So why did I invest? The reason why I invested is because I feel that in this market, there's going to be multiple winners. I don't think it's going to be a winner-take-all sort of thing. I think Qtum has the framework. I think they have the team. I think they have the ability to be a major player. And in thinking about, okay, well, what exactly am I buying and how much does it cost? I think right now Qtum is extraordinarily undervalued as a project for a number of reasons. If you look at Ethereum, and I just pulled these numbers up, as of today, Ethereum is priced at 119 billion for their market cap, with 97 million coins in circulation. Qtum, on the other hand, has a market cap of $3 billion with 100 million coins in supply. And so what that means is that there are basically the same number of coins as Qtum as there are Ethereum, and Qtum is fractions of the price of Ethereum. In addition to this, Qtum is, as I said earlier, proof of stake, which basically means that it'll be a dividend paying stock because you have to actually stake your hold. And again, please, I'm not extraordinarily technically knowledgeable, but in order to sort of, my rudimentary understanding of this is that with proof of stake, you sort of put some of your coins up to show that you're invested in securing the network. Whereas with Bitcoin, which is sort of proof of work, you have to do a bunch of computations in order to get rewarded in the form of Bitcoin, which sort of is where mining comes from. But with proof of stake, the more you have, the more you're willing to stake, the better your chances of getting a payout are for securing the network and in that way. So I think Qtum is priced really well right now. On top of that, I look at some of the projects that are being built underneath Qtum already. They have a whole list of companies that are wanting to build on their network. Bodai is one that I'm extremely excited about. Energo, Halochain, but they have a really large list, and that's always a good sign because it means that there's people who are building on top of this platform, who are involved in the project, people who have a long-term stake in its success. These are all things you want to see. If you look on GitHub, you can see that this is a team that's actively trying to develop their project. They're updating their code all the time, which is again another great signal for an investor to know that these are people who are building and they're working on their project. The other reason why I choose to invest in Qtum is because they're located in Singapore. I do have an Asia-driven thesis on blockchain technology, on top of the fact that I think Singapore stands above most other countries, if not all other countries, in terms of their regulation of this space and their understanding. I love Singapore as a country. I went and visited there whenever I was a senior in high school, and it's a beautiful country. So just another reason to go ahead and invest in Qtum. But yeah, ultimately, I think they're just going to be a major player in this space, guys. I think Qtum is here to stay, along with Ethereum. And so, if you are just getting into cryptos, again, I encourage you to do your own research. Make sure you know what you're investing in. Make sure that you've done your research. Make sure that it's something that you're willing to ride through the ups and downs, because right now a lot of this is speculative. Qtum in particular, they're not as far in the development as Ethereum, and so a lot of what you're doing is betting on the project. But you guys, what I say is you got to look forward, right? You can't buy Ethereum at $55, and you'll never be able to buy Ethereum at $55 again, I'm sure of it. But right now, you can get you a bit of Qtum. I bought Qtum last month in December at $60. Right now, it's trading closer to $50. So it's a great hodl, a great price right now. I hope that this video was informative. If you guys liked it, please go ahead and upvote. Leave a comment. I love being able to, talk to you guys in the comments. If it's something you saw that you have a question about, something you disagree with, something you want to correct or expand upon, please guys, I'm trying to bring as much value to you guys, and I hope you guys will bring value to me in return and to the larger community. If you are interested in this sort of information and these topics of conversation, please go ahead and check out some of my old videos, subscribe, because I'm going to be talking a lot about projects that I'm passionate about and sort of my opinion and take on where things are going. I hope you guys will join along for the ride. Thank you guys for your attention, your time, and again, thanks for watching. Peace.